It's good, y'all. Hope you guys doing well. Been a couple days, but we're back at it. Today we'll be using a scent I don't think I've used on the channel before, but it was gifted to me by my good buddy Eric a few months back. And this is called Eigengrow by Barrister and Mann. This is not a new release. It came out like last December, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, one of my favorite B&Ms. I sold the majority of my Barrister and Mann scents just because I had too much. And when I got this, I was like, I'm definitely keeping this. So cool looking label. It's inspired by another fragrance, but not the same, I've heard. I forgot what the name was, but yeah, we'll get into the scent in a bit. The main star of the show here is this new Henkels Friodur I just acquired, which is in really good condition. Really happy I was able to snag this as I'm venturing down some vintages as of late. So this is kind of a close-up look at it. There it says Friodur on the scales. I believe this is like a 7/8 going off just my naked eye. I have to measure it because I forgot. And on here it says 17.5 on the tang. I forgot what that really means version-wise, but yeah. And then it says here, J.A. Henkels, Solingen's Billings work. So, and this is, I hear kind of somewhere in between a half hollow and a full hollow. To my naked eye, it kind of looks like a full, but I'm not really sure what to look for with those kind of things. So we'll get the face wet and then we'll get into the shoe. For the pre-shave, I'll actually be going into my Parasso White. I got too much water. Okay. Yes, this is like almost done, so I figured might as well go back to it and clean it. And as I was finishing my Parasso Green, the eucalyptus one pre-shave, I added the remainder of it to this. So this one kind of has like a menthol vibe to it. I've always kind of liked the Parasso pre-shaves and Parasso Splash. Wasn't crazy about the soap, found it drying. I don't really think it's needed, but it's nice to have, especially if you have like sensitive skin and soaps aren't working for you and you're not really hydrating it properly or whatever. Pre-shaves are, I guess, kind of like a good thing to try, I guess. For the brush, we're going to be going with my Declaration Grooming B6 Star Spangled Blue, and let's get right into it. Yeah, I looked at this scent and I was like, it's cold outside. We are in the middle of November right now, and I said this is perfect to use. He's really captured the smell of like cold air in this one. Not really sure how it's done, but there's only a few other soaps where I feel like it's able to do that. Capture something like ozone or water or the smell of air. It's really interesting. It almost feels like you have like a cooling effect, even though there isn't in the soap. Kind of like messes with your head a bit, but it definitely has that. It has like that iris, a ton of iris in it. Scent notes I believed are iris, cold air, fir needle, and lichen. So you guys could see it there. Not sure if it's blurry, but yeah, this is in the Excelsior base. Like the majority of the soaps have come out in the last 3 years. He's recently switched over to the Omnibus, but I have not tried it yet. And Will has been quoted in saying that that's his last base ever. So I will be trying that one soon. My good buddy sent me a tub of Seville this week, so I do miss that scent, Seville, so looking forward to getting that and trying out the base myself. Yeah, but about 1 or 2 weeks ago when I found that I was able to successfully shave with a full hollow razor without issue, I said, why don't I give some vintages a try? So my buddy Sean, he recommended me, I get choose from a list of razors. Razors like the Friodur, the Puma, there's a few others. But, you know, they're well made. They have like, apparently they're made with a process that's different than today's market of razors. I don't know what that process is, but so it makes sense why the vintages are still kind of popular today. Yeah, shin strength on this is like a 7. It's really good. It's like a little bit higher than typical B&M. Typical B&M is like 5 or 6. It's just slightly higher. But yeah, you get a ton of iris. You get like a sweet firm needle note. It's got like a sweetness to it. Like a sweet green note, but it's different than like a typical fougere type of green. It's interesting. And of course you get that cold air vibe, almost like ozonic quality. I can't really describe it any other way. I'm just painting in a ton of water. Excelsior is known to be like super dense as a soap. Takes a little bit longer for me to lather personally, but once you get it dialed in, it's decent enough. I find you just really have to hydrate it because of how dense it is, at least on a straight razor shave. That's exactly what I'm doing. Oops, lather flowing everywhere. All right, I think it's pretty good. We're like 7 minutes in and I haven't shaved yet, so I'll make it work. Hope you guys have been doing well. I have about a little bit over a day's growth. Hopefully this shave goes well. I'll go over the edge in a second. Yeah, it feels nice. Whoa, we got a bloop. As you can see, it picked up a lot of hair just now. That felt real nice on the first pass so far. It feels really nice. You can hear that razor singing though, like a lot of the hollow grounds do. Wow, it's really close for with the grain pass. It's pretty close. Switching hands. It does have some jimping here on the bottom. I don't know if you guys could see that. Yeah, you see that jimping? It does help with the grip. I kind of wish there was some sort of file work or jimping on the top. I feel like the grip would be even better, but it's fine. I'm kind of nitpicking here. So let's keep going. I mean, this Excelsior stuff is not my favorite, this base, but you know, it really goes to show that like when this was the first base that came out, or when it was new, when it came out, no one was really complaining about it. Everyone was saying it was the best. And then that was like 2018 maybe. And you fast forward to 2021, everyone's like, you know, change this base, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is back then, when it came out, it was giving everyone else great shaves. So I feel like it's important to keep in mind that feels like the base race will never end, even though it's been giving people good shaves. But argumentatively, you might say that there's nothing wrong with improving, and I actually agree with that. But I do agree with that, but I also think it doesn't make the soap you already own that's now obsolete any worse. It just makes the new one better. So I don't get really like too butthurt if a new base is released and I have a ton in the older base. Just means I should finish what I have if I like it enough. All right, that was a great first pass. Wow, really smooth. Wow, really knocked down the growth. I feel like I'm able to get a closer shave on these more full grinds. I have to be more careful, I feel, with them, but that was a really nice first pass. I'm just gonna take a sip of my coffee and we'll get back into it. It looks like it's gonna be a cold winter here on the East Coast. It's like 45, and like 2 weeks ago, it was kind of like, yeah, like 2 weeks ago it was like almost like 60s or 70s. It was kind of weird, and then all of a sudden it just got really cold. So I'm not a fan of the cold. So, but we'll deal with it. Love this B6. This is still, after trying batches B1 through 13, including 12, as you guys know. Yeah, I've tried literally 1 through 13. I haven't tried 14 yet, and B6 is still my favorite batch. It's just got a ton of balance to it. It's just really balanced. It's got soft jelly tips, but when you fully split it, it's got a nice soft scrub to it. So for that reason, I just find it to be like really fully balanced. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not really comparing it to other things, like the batches, if you're not comparing them to themselves, most of them are really good, relatively. If you're not really comparing them, so it's not relative, never mind. Yeah, it's rinsing real easy. Picking up here in the sink here. The shave's going real well so far. So my buddy Sean, he put so I was able to find this on BST. He put a coddy edge on here, codicle, which I believe is from France. It's a natural stone from France. And it's a really smooth. I recently picked up a Puma razor that he also put a different edge on. And I think, I'll probably show this on the channel soon, but well, I'm using different edges on different razors, so that's another thing. I feel like it's harder for me to judge the edge. What I can say so far is I think I like this one more than the other edge, but I gotta give both a few more uses. Both are really nice and smooth. This one's definitely bigger than my Puma, so I find it's a little bit easier to use. I'm just used to the bigger razors. That micro, that tiny specker I had, it just wasn't for me. I only bring that one up because it's probably the smallest razor I've ever used. So far, we got a really close shave. I'm just gonna go and rinse for the third pass. No cuts, knock on wood, I don't think. Alright, let's get back to it. Yeah, this is just, I mean, like I said, this is still a great soap base, Excelsior. I have no doubt that Omnibus is probably better, but it goes to show, like, if I were to revisit this in like 5 years, this would still be a good soap, you know? For me, my gripe with it is that it just takes a little bit longer for me to lather, and the post shave is not like amazing. Sometimes it's not drying necessarily, but it's definitely not like, for me, it wasn't like super moisturizing, at least compared to some other soaps. But I mean, we have good balms for that, unscented balms and whatnot. Post shave products, if you will. So it's not really the end of the world. Oh, what are we up to? We're up to straight razor shave number 98, I believe. So we're almost at 100, guys. This thing is just singing. Really enjoying this razor so far. Really nice edge. Fantastic. So when I use a straight on my mustache area, I literally go in the same direction 3 times. Just try to stretch my skin a little bit more. It's a really sensitive area for me, and my technique is just not, I don't think it's good enough where I could go straight up against the grain and not have it skip on my skin. So I try to get the closest shave possible without really cutting myself here. That's what I do. You can see the hair on the top there. So yeah, so if I try to get the closest shave without cutting myself, I find that's kind of the best way. Residual slickness did a decent enough job here. Let me just get a tiny bit of lather. Get that trouble area. You can hear it cutting for sure. It's very loud. Just gonna clean up right here. Cool. All right, so yeah, let me rinse off and we'll get into the post. I don't think Will is bringing back Eigengrow this year. I doubt it, but you never know, because he did release it in December, so you just never know. I do know he's bringing back Vespers, so keep an eye out for Vespers, because Vespers is, in my opinion, probably Barrister and Mann's like best ever scent. It's that good. I have a set, and I'm probably buying a backup. So, but yeah, this is Eigengrow. I really liked it. It's got like a cool irisy, strong irisy vibe with a cool vibe as well. Like, and it's just got like a little bit of that fur in there. It's really nice. I've never smelled the actual scent that inspired it, which I heard is different. So if you're trying to get something that's the same to that, you might be disappointed. And this is the weird balm he has going on, or he used to. Yeah, it's just kind of weird because it's just like a tub. But I think he did this to be kind of like cost effective. Make it only $10. Yeah, I mean, you got a fantastic shave. I find that when I'm using more of a hollow grind, I don't need to finish up on a DE really. It's really close. Got some tingling from that balm and maybe fragrance, but feels real nice. But yeah, that was the Friodur 17.5. Really happy with it. hopefully keep it for the rest of my days. But yeah, as you can see, it says Friodur right there. But yeah, really excited to be a new owner of this. So, all right, that's it for the shade, guys. Sorry for the longer video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.